Hello, welcome back to BSLIVE. Today I want to be showing you the breakdown of this character. I created this I think in about 10 or 15 minutes, and I've done this before in the past. Basically this character was made using just grease pencil strokes, and I converted into mesh, and then I simply sculpted a little bit, and then I send it to Mixamo like this, and then I post it and I bring it back to Blender and give it like a rig using Mixamo. So the whole process is probably more interesting. I mean, the character itself looks very basic. It doesn't have texture yet, but I can work further on this. So originally, like I said, this is okay. The character is looking like this. Okay, grease pencil. And the grease pencil, if I go to edit mode, you can see it's just like a bunch of doodles, and I sculpt a little bit so I can give a little bit of volume, and I convert this into curve to mesh and etc. I might actually just create something from scratch. So this is Blender 2.93. I will use the latest Blender 3.0 alpha, and I gotta start doodling from here. So first of all, let's go to the front view, Shift A, grease pencil, blank. So it's always nice to start with blank canvas, and you right click, increase the radius, increase the strength to maximum, and then you can start doodling your character. So this is probably like the head of the character. It's gonna be flat because we are drawing it from the front view only. Gonna draw the torso. You can make it as you can work from the shapes and then kind of reshape it later, so don't worry too much about this. And we're gonna draw the arm. You can draw the arm from the front view or from the top view. As for the leg, I will draw it from the side view. Kind of drawing it like this. Can add connections. Okay, you can see it's in the center. Gonna go to edit mode, hit tab, select it, Command L, move it to place. Okay, continue drawing the neck. This part that's connecting our character with the torso and the head. Go to the top view, draw the arm. Yeah, I think that's okay. You can see it's in the wrong place. Hit tab, select them, bring it up. So at this point, let's save this first. GPX, GP character. Just name it like that. You can start doing a sculpt. We can actually start grabbing and pushing with the proportional editing turned on. Shape this a little bit better. I guess maybe you can add a thickness at this point. If you want the head to have more like profile, you can draw on top of it. So for now, just giving it some thickness. You can do the opposite, make it thinner, but while holding the control. Give it a bit of belly, chest. Okay, let's actually go back to draw mode and draw something. Okay, side view, maybe draw a bit of ear, some kind of alien creatures. Select all, bring it up to the floor. You can mirror this. Okay, apparently our character is probably facing the wrong directions. Let's see. Check with Suzanne. Okay, that's the front view. Okay, all right. Select everything. RZ90 minus 90. Select our grease pencil, mirror. Okay, maybe we need to put this, like, make it like that. So at this point with the mirror, you can start to see, you can sculpt this further. Okay, you can see it's not exactly perfect in terms of proportion, but you can always reshape it. In fact, if later if you turn this into mesh, you can still reshape the character, so it's not like you finish, or it's like a always like work in progress. This is more like a for concept art. I think the arm should be longer. Maybe add more thickness around this area. Oh well, that's okay. We can work on this a little bit more later. Okay, the hand looks a little weird. Okay, well anyway, yeah, I guess that's okay. We can fix it later. So from here we can apply the mirror, right click, convert this into Bezier curve. So we have just the curve. From here we're gonna turn it into mesh using geometry nodes. Okay, so that's the default cube, and this is the geometry nodes. I'm just gonna delete that. Curve to mesh. With this curve, oops, select our cube, drag and drop our curve, and then we have circle, curve, plug this. That's the result. Too big. go. And we can use resample curve. You can use count or you can use length. Length is better. Yeah, so we have our character. File, save as. You can actually use a point volume if you want to, but I'm using curve to mesh. Just this is, I think, easier to control. So save this blend, save it again. Look here, you can add mirror, or you can use solidify, yes, but maybe also displacement. Just hit apply. Check if our character is flipped. So yeah, apparently it's flipped. Face. Okay, mesh normal. Flip. And because our curve, this was made of curve, so it doesn't have the closing at the end. So right, select all, tap F. It's gonna fill all the holes. So we have our character. We can now remesh it. Remesh. Make sure we still have the finger, or we can add the finger ourselves a bit later, but just gonna do it like this. So now this character have a lot of, it's pretty dense. At this point you can use the balloony technique with a sculpt. Cloth filter, inflate, or just mesh filter, inflate. Yeah, you can use this technique if you want to. But you're gonna lose a lot of details, so maybe not too much, just a little bit. And then you can start sculpting the character if you want to, because this character has a lot of definition. Mesh, you can add some eyes, maybe sculpt it, symmetry on, just draw it, bit of details. It's like a very freeform type of freeform style of modeling, I guess. Yeah, this part a little bit weird. Maybe I should just delete the inside or something, but that's okay. We can sculpt it more a bit later. I just want to show it to you. We can bring this to Mixamo and rig it. This still have too much resolution, so I want to go to edit mode, select our mesh, go to remesh, quad reflow remesh, and give it some numbers. Quad reflow remesh will remesh this. Yeah, I think this is better. We might have crack. We need to fill the crack, by the way. And before I forgot, smart UV, so we can paint it later. I think we can mirror this just in case. I don't like that part. Let me undo that. Yeah, there's this part in center. Okay, maybe Blender crashes. I did something too fast. Just reopen, and we're gonna try to send it to Mixamo anyway. Yeah, let's just file, export, FBX, upload our character. If your character have like holes on the body, maybe you need to fill the hole beforehand, otherwise the Mixamo cannot rig it properly. Wrist, elbow, knee, ground, 3 chain finger, that's okay. Hopefully this works. Okay, not bad. You can have this character doing silly dancing, or and just download it. Let's bring it back into Blender, but we're gonna be using Blender 2.93. That's the official. File, import, FBX. Our character doing silly dancings. This one already have UV, I hope. Yeah, pretty bad UV, but it's a quick one. So you can start painting the UV if you like. Anytime, you know, you can go to texture paint and start painting. You might want to just get rid of the animations, and not forgetting we have Mixamo control rig. Select the bone, create control rig, zero out rig, and we can start posing our character and animating the character. We actually have, oh yeah, we have the hip control. And this is always pretty funny. You can make a simple dance. I think it's okay to make like a weird character that's not like a typical ideal looking beautiful character. Every now and then I think it's good to make character that's a little bit weird character. And we can actually do the texture painting now. Let's do this. It's pink or purple color because we don't have texture, so it needs to have material, and then it needs to have the base material, and it's a good idea to save this also. Save the material as you paint it, because you might lose it if you're not careful. So we should have, give it a starting color. Start painting. You can turn on symmetry. And paint away. This part actually, even though this is slow, I mean, you need to spend a bit of time on this. Don't rush. Oh, by the way, it's doing the symmetry right, but our character is not in the pose mode. Be careful with that. It's weird, pretty weird. But anyway, we're done. For example, we need to save this, and don't just save it on the desktop. This is pretty bad idea. So blend weird character, save your texture inside a folder nicely, or call it texture or something. Save image. Now the next time you also want to save this blend properly inside. So now it's nice. You have your character. If you want to animate the character, you can use the Mixamo and mix some animations, or you can animate the character yourself. Let's see if this is working. This is in IK mode. Maybe I want to switch this to FK. Let's just make a quick test animation. I think if the body is moving, right, but the arm, yeah, I can animate the arm. It's pretty bad way of animating. But it's like a stop motion. I don't know. You can animate it to music in real time. I don't know. Looks pretty creepy at this point. If you don't want this to be too creepy, maybe paint this a little bit. Turn off symmetry. Yeah, less creepy or even creepier. Okay, file, export, GLB. Actually, this Mixamo add-on have a GLTF exporter. I think this is clean export, and it's gonna do the baking for you as well. And then you can turn this into AR. What's probably missing is the facial animations. There you go. It's pretty weird, pretty ugly. That's okay. Okay, hopefully you find this useful and interesting. Let me know what you think. You can make much better character. Don't worry too much. It's a practice, and let me show you the other character. I think I have also. Yeah, see the other character? This one is not rig, however. File, import FBX from download. This character doing sitting and laughing. Yeah, you know, I know this two weird character. The cool thing, of course, about this is that this is pretty original. Okay. Yeah, it's one character dancing in a weird way, and this one is laughing. Okay, that's basically the story. So hopefully you find this useful. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.